Hi everybody, welcome back to DJ's Family of Nerds. Now this has been a bit. I've not been on here done a reaction or a review or any of that sort of thing in a long time. Family life has just been overwhelming lately. If you don't know, we've got another kiddo on the way, and I've also got a separate YouTube channel doing gaming stuff, my Rio the Penguin Fortnite channel. So with that, I've not been able to be on this channel as much as I've wanted to. I've not gotten to review movies like I've wanted to. But here's the thing. I can't go by without talking about this movie. Of course, that movie being Deadpool and Wolverine. The only MCU film that we're getting this year. And man, did I have a good time with it. But before I get into that, I just got to say, this is not I don't have the time to do a whole lot with this video outside of just talking to you guys one on one. So this is completely raw. DJ just talking about a movie that he really enjoyed. No B-roll. Not a lot of edits going to be in this. It's just me and you. The lighting may be off. The sound quality may not be what it should be. All that sort of thing. But that's okay because the reason I started this YouTube channel was to talk about movies, and that's all we're going to do today. We're just going to talk about movies, and you guys can let me know in the comments what you thought about this movie. Did you absolutely hate it? Did you have a different thought about this movie than I did? That's fine if you did. I will also say there will be some spoilers in this, so if you haven't seen it yet, first of all, why have you not seen this yet? It's been out a week. You need to go out and see this movie just to make up your own mind for this on your own. But also, yeah, it's been a week, so there's going to be a few spoilers in this. All right. Don't want to take too much of your time, so let's go ahead and just get started here. The opening of this film is on par with some of my favorite superhero movie intros of all time. The use of the NSYNC song "Bye Bye Bye" and the dance and the killing, and then of course everybody was wondering going into this movie how they were gonna deal with the Logan aspect of it, pay respects to it, or that sort of thing. Well, it went off the cuff for sure. Using his skeleton to kill everybody, that kind of thing, to the tune of that song. It was just fantastic. I absolutely love this opening. It might be. I had a discussion with some friends recently, and you know, this is like on par. I put this probably right below the X2 intro with Nightcrawler. Like that was just such an incredible opening to a movie, to a superhero movie. And this goes a completely different direction with it, but still equally enjoyable. And I had a great time with it. So let me know what you thought about that opening, if it was something you enjoyed as well. Um, I think what I loved most about this movie was the the brotherly love. I mean, this is a love story, right? All the Deadpool movies you could say were love stories in one way or another, but this one was a brotherly love thing, and seeing the relationship between Wade and Logan, and Deadpool, Wolverine, and how they bounce off each other almost in like a Lethal Weapon type uh, buddy cop type movie with superheroes, anti-heroes, whatever you want to call Deadpool. And I love that aspect. I mean, in fact, I went and saw this movie, my second showing, with a bunch of my brothers, friends and my actual brother. But Cody, Blake, John, you know who you are, and I understand that relationship, that sometimes you just want to stab somebody with your claws, but at the end of the day, that's still your brother. That's still your guy, and having those close friendships like that myself, and you can just see that chemistry between Hugh and Ryan in this, and they actually love each other. I mean, these guys are bonded for life, and now through this movie, that's even more so. So I get that, I understand that, and I love that aspect of it. It was some of my favorite stuff. Throughout the movie, there was a lot of comedy, but it always seemed to kind of dial itself back in certain moments. I think of the scene in this movie where things got a little heated and crazy, and some funny moments, but then it dials back to when we see Daphne Keene and X-23 talking to Logan at the fire, or at the campsite there, and it gets deep a little bit, and this movie is not a deep movie. Don't get me wrong. There is a lot of issues with the story. It's kind of a mess here and there. But when it wants to show you the heart, it shows you the heart, and it does so in a really good way in those particular moments. Um, I can't get out of this review without talking about cameos. So many people were talking about the cameos in this movie, and I've heard it both ways. Oh, they're just there to give you cameos and then they go away and stuff. And I'm like, no, I mean, I could see that in like a movie like Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Like those cameos seem like they were just gratuitous. But in this one, they actually had screen time. We got to see them fight, you know, that kind of thing. And some of them were really good cameos. I loved the. Well, I guess I'm giving spoilers, so that's okay. I love the Chris Evans one. That one was fantastic. uh, and then, of course, seeing Blade pop up was really cool. Channing Tatum as Gambit, man, been looking for that for years, and now I'm kind of glad that it's just in this. I didn't love it. I loved it that he was doing it, and I love the comedy aspect of it, but I would not want to watch a full length movie of that. And then Elektra coming back was cool too. Seeing, and she kept talking about getting her ending and getting their ending, and it was nice to see them get their kind of ending. The the legendary Calverine. Henry Cavill popping up was a lot of fun. I expected a couple of those kind of little cameos like that, and they just stuck it to Henry. And you know what? I'm glad they did it that way. Uh, I think that worked better just having the one pop up there like that, and it was a lot of fun. That was one of the biggest pops we had in our theater screening of the movie, in fact. So even more so than the other cameos. So, where do I go from here? Again, I said the story wasn't the greatest. Um, Comedy hit me in a lot of good ways. I really enjoyed the comedy of this one. The cameos didn't bother me. I enjoyed those. And the relationship between the two was phenomenal. The action scenes, I couldn't even tell CGI when they were kicking in and that kind of thing. Like I felt like they did a good job with that, and maybe it just wasn't needed as much in this movie as some having to throw in CGI stuff. But overall, I think they did a good job with that. The fight choreography was amazing. I loved every bit of that. The the carnage of watching Wolverine like on all fours running at Deadpool in that one fight scene that made me excited. And then when he pulled the cowl over right before fighting all the Deadpools, man, yep, this family friendly channel. I ain't gonna say a whole lot, but that was really cool. Made me really excited, and you know, I I didn't love the villains in this. The TVA guy. My mind has gone blank on his name. He's in Succession. I loved him in that. But he was good, not great. Cassandra Nova's character, fine. I probably like Pyro better than I liked her in this. But you know, I many times in Marvel movies, I'm not there for the villains because a lot of times the villains are not great. You get your exceptions like a Loki or like a Thanos, but or a Killmonger, but overall, I'm not usually the biggest on the Marvel villains anyway, so that part doesn't really surprise me. I'm more there to hang out with cool characters and enjoy the characters and what they're bringing me and what they're delivering and really cool fight scenes. And maybe that's a bad way to look at a movie, but that's kind of what I go into these looking at. And overall, this movie delivered on all the fronts that I wanted it to deliver on. I really enjoyed everything I saw. So I don't do ratings usually, but if I was going to give this an out of 10, I would give this probably a 7, 7.5 out of 10. I know that seems low, but I don't rate things very high, and that's why I don't usually do ratings, because there wouldn't be very much over 8, in my opinion, as far as movies go, because I can always nitpick a little bit. So, with that said, what did you think about this movie? Did you have the same enjoyment level that I did? I'd like to know your thoughts. I will say going forward, these videos aren't going to come very often. When a big movie like this comes out, of course, I'm going to try to get on here and do something. I'm still going to do some music for you guys. I know you guys like a lot of my music review videos. I've actually got an idea for a song for a ranking video for the MCU, so don't expect it too soon, but know that's something I'm working on for you guys. So this channel is not dead. I'm still making content. It's just coming out slow. All right. I think that's all I've got for you today. Let me know what you thought about this movie. Let me know what you thought about this review. Uh, I know it's just me. It's just me. Nothing else. Just me. This room right here is fixing to be gone. Like you can't see the other side, but everything on that side is just a mess right now because I'm packing things up. This room's turning into a nursery, so I'm not gonna have a stream room for a little while or a recording room. I'm just gonna have to make do where I am, what I've got. You might see part of my living room. You might see. I don't know what you'll see in the future on this channel, honestly, until we get a bigger place or until kiddo gets old enough to move into Big Brother's room with him, and then I get a room again. So, but hey, you got to do what you got to do for your family, and that's what we're gonna do. I've recently switched jobs. Lots of things going on in our lives right now. So, just be patient. More content will be coming. I hope you enjoyed this review. We'll catch you guys next time.